Hi, my name is Jacob, and today I'm going to show you how to solve the Rubik's Cube. Before you actually solve the cube, there are a few things you need to know about the cube before you can actually get to solving it. The first thing is you have to know all of the basics of the cube. The Rubik's Cube is made up of 6 faces, and each face has one color on it. And we see here that white is opposite of yellow, red is opposite of orange, and blue is opposite of green. It's important to know these faces and to know the colors that they correspond to in order to understand how to solve the cube. There are 27 pieces in total on the cube, I believe, and they are comprised of 3 different types of pieces. You have the centerpieces. In this case, this is the orange centerpiece. Centerpieces have only one color, and they're in the middle of each face, so there's the blue and white centerpiece, or in the orange centerpiece. And centerpieces never move. And what I mean by that is, for example, this orange piece will always be between this blue centerpiece and this green centerpiece, no matter which way I hold the cube on the however hard the cube, the centerpieces never move. The second type of piece is the edge piece. Edge pieces have 2 colors, for example, this white and orange edge piece, and edge pieces can move around the cube. For example, this white and orange edge piece is curling on the top. I can move it, and now it's in the middle right here. The third type of piece is the corner piece. Corner pieces have 3 colors, for example this white, blue, and red corner piece, and like edge pieces they can also move around the cube. For example, this one's on top right now, but now it's on the bottom. Basically, it's important to know these types of pieces because it'll be necessary in order to figure out where to insert these kind of pieces. And altogether, if you do the math, the faces and the colors and the types of pieces, if you do all the math, there are over 47 quintillion possible scrambles of the Rubik's Cube, but today I'm going to show you how to solve each and every single one of them. Another thing you need to know about the cube is that, at least for the demonstrations or the purpose of this video, it's made up of 3 layers. It's relative, obviously, to which side is facing up, but if the white side is facing up, this is the first layer, this is the second layer, and this is the third layer. And so it's going to be important. It's important to remember that, as I'll be mentioning it throughout this video. So now that you know the different types of pieces, let's get into solving. Alright, now that the cube is scrambled, we can begin with the first step, which is solving the white cross. The white cross is just comprised of the white center and these edge pieces that touch the center. You don't have to start with the white cross, you can start on any color. But most of the time, especially for beginners, the white face is solved first, and the first step in solving the white face is solving the white cross. In order to solve the white cross, we need to find these 4 white edge pieces that have white on them, and then connect them to the white center and their appropriate other center. So in order to do that, with the white facing up, we want to hold the cube and look for any edge pieces with white on them on the bottom layer. So let's turn the cube around, and we have found one right here. This is an edge piece with white on it, and also has orange on it as well. So basically, now that we figured out that this piece has white on it, we look at the other color, which is orange. We want to connect this orange to the orange center. So here's the orange center. I'm just going to turn the third layer once, and now we see these 2 oranges are connected. Now all we have to do is connect this white, and in order to do that, I'm just going to turn the front of the cube twice, and there we go. We have now connected these 2 whites and these 2 oranges. Now let's look for another edge piece. Preferably it should be in the third or bottom layer, but it doesn't have to be. As long as it's connected to its other appropriate center, it's fine. For example, this white and green edge piece, even though it's not on the bottom, it is already connected to this green center, and so because of that, all we have to do is just turn the front face once, and now the green pieces are now connected to the green edge is connected to the green center, and the white edge is connected to the white center. So now we want to look for another edge piece in the bottom layer. For example, this one. Now, even though it is in the bottom layer, it is not in the optimal position, because ideally, if you're holding the cube with the white sticker facing up, the white sticker would be facing down towards the bottom of the cube. In this case, it's facing towards us. But that's okay. All I have to do is just move it to, we look at the other color, it's red, And in this case, we're just going to move the cube until we get it to close to the red center. So in this case, it's on the left. We can also do it on the right. So I'm just going to keep it on the left for now. And just like we did before, the first step in solving any of these edges is to connect the color that is not white to its appropriate center. So in this case, it's red. So in order to connect this red edge to the red center, all we're going to do is turn the left face once. Now these reds are connected. And then we're going to turn the front once again. And now the white edge is connected to the white sticker is connected to the white center, and the red sticker is connected to the red center. Now we have noticed that we have moved this blue and white edge piece. Actually, we moved this green edge piece, so that's okay. We're just going to move it back like that. And this piece, this blue and white edge piece, is already solved. So all we have to do is just move it up, and just like that, we have solved the white cross. The third step in solving the Rubik's Cube is solving the white corners. In order to finish and solve the entire white face, there are, just like the edges, there are 4 corner pieces that we need to put in, and they need to be in between their appropriate centers. And just like in the step 2, when we solve the edges, ideally we want to find a corner piece with white on it that is in the bottom layer, such as this white, blue, and orange corner piece. So we look at the colors that are not white. In this case, it is blue and orange. So we want to move this white, blue, and orange corner piece in between the white, blue, and orange centerpieces. So I'm just going to turn the cube once, like that. And now this piece is in between where it's supposed to go. Now we look at the cube, and we see where this white sticker is facing, on what side it's on. In this case, it's on the left. So I'm going to turn the bottom layer to the opposite side and bring this side down, and then insert this corner. So since it's on the left, I'm going to turn the bottom layer to the right, bring the left side down, reconnect the corner, and then bring the left side up. And now we see that we have solved this white, blue, and orange corner piece. So let's look for another corner piece in the bottom layer, such as this one. It is white, orange, and green. So again, we're going to move it in between the white, orange, and green centerpieces just by turning the cube like this. Now it's in between the centers where it's supposed to go. And we look again, the side the white sticker is on, it's on the left. So since it's on the left, we're going to turn the bottom layer to the right, bring the left side down, put in this corner, and bring the left side up. And now this corner is solved. So let's look for another corner piece, such as this white, green, and red corner piece. So we're going to move in between the white, green, and red centers. Just going to move it like this. And again, it is on the left side, so we're going to move it to the right, bring the left side down, put this corner back, and bring it up. And now we have solved all of the corner pieces. In this case, one of the corner pieces, one of them actually already solved itself, and we can see that even though all the white stickers are on the left side, if one of them was on the right side, it's the same procedure. You just turn the bottom to if it was on the right side, you just turn the bottom to the left, bring the right side down, reinsert the corner, and bring the right side up. But we didn't have to do that, and we can see that all of the corners are in the right place, and we have solved the entire white face. The next step in solving the cube is inserting all of these edges in between the corner pieces. So as you can see, these edges are not lining up here, and in fact, none of them are solved. This one might look like it's solved because this blue is connected to the blue, but this orange is not connected to this red. So what we want to do is insert all the edge pieces where they need to go. So we want to hold the cube so that white is facing up, and we want to look for an edge piece in the bottom layer that does not have yellow on it. The reason is because we started on white, and you want to find, when you're doing this step, you want to find an edge piece that does not have the opposite color on it. So because yellow is opposite of white, you don't want to find a piece that has yellow on it. We just want to find one that has a color that is not yellow on it. For example, in the bottom layer, we found this red and blue piece. So with white facing up, we want to see what color sticker is facing us. In this case, it is red. So we want to connect this red to the red center simply by turning the cube, turning the bottom layer like this. And now this red is connected to the red center. After that, we want to see the color on the bottom. In this case, it is blue, and we want to look at the center of this color. So in this case, and which side it's on relative to, in this case, this red color. In this case, it's blue on the other side, and the blue center is on the right of the cube. So since it's on the right, like the corners, we're going to turn the bottom layer to the left, bring the right side down, bring the bottom back, and bring the right side up. Now, you'll see that this red edge piece is not where it's supposed to go, and we've displaced this white, red, and blue corner piece, but that's okay because we're going to insert the corner and the edge at the same time. So we just follow the same procedure like we were on the corner when we were inserting the corners. In this case, it's already where it's supposed to be. This white sticker is on the left, so we're going to move the bottom layer to the right, bring the left side down, bring the bottom layer back, and bring the left side up. And as you see, this corner is back, and this edge is where it is supposed to be. So now that we have inserted this red and blue edge piece, we want to look in the bottom layer and find another edge piece that does not have yellow on it. For example, this orange and green edge piece. So again, we want to look at the sticker that's facing us. In this case, it is orange, and connect this orange to the orange center. So by turning the bottom layer here, look at the other color, it's green. We want to find that green center, and it's on the right. So we want to move this edge to the left, bring the right side down, put back this edge, and bring the right side up. And we just want to insert this corner as usual. So since it's on the left, we're going to move it to the right, bring the left side down, reinsert the corner, and bring it up. So as we see here, we've put back the corner, and we've now inserted this edge. So now we want to look for another edge piece that does not have yellow on it. For example, this blue and orange edge piece. We want to connect this blue to the blue center. Look at the other color. It is orange in this case. We want to find the center that has that color. It is orange, and again, it is on the right side. So it's on the right. We're going to move this to the left, bring the right side down, bring the bottom layer back, and turn the right side up. And we're just going to insert this corner. So we're going to move it to the right, bring the left side down, put back the corner, and bring the left side up. And as you can see, we have solved this blue edge pair. Now the last one is just this green and red edge, and it is already connected where it's already connected to the green, so it's already where it's supposed to be. We look at the other color, it is red, and we look at the red centerpiece, it's on the right. So we're going to turn the bottom layer to the left, bring the right side down, turn the bottom layer back, and bring the right side up. We're just going to put back this corner by turning the bottom layer to the right, bringing the left side down, putting back the bottom layer, and reinserting this corner. And as you can see, we have solved the white face, and we have solved the first two layers of the Rubik's Cube. The next step in solving the Rubik's Cube is to solve the yellow cross. We've already solved the white cross. Now we're going to move on to the yellow cross. In order to do that, we want to turn the cube upside down so that now white is facing towards the bottom and yellow is facing up. So at this point, we want to look at what pattern is here. So on the yellow face. So we want to ignore the corners and just look at the center and edges. Now you'll see one of four patterns. You'll either see this dot, just one dot. Again, ignore the corners. You see either one dot, or you will see this L pattern, or you will see this line, or you'll see this where the yellow cross is already solved. So if the yellow cross is already solved, you can skip this step. But if not, again, just look at this. Look at what pattern you have. In this case, we have just the dot. And so if you have just the dot, you can hold the cube any way you want, and you want to perform these moves. So just follow what my hands do. You want to turn the front, lift up the right, turn the top, bring down the right, bring the top back, and turn the front. And as you can see, we've moved from the dot to this L shape. So when you have the L, you want to hold the L so that one end of it is facing towards you, the other end is facing towards the right. And once we have this, we want to perform the same moves. We just want to turn the front, bring up the right, turn the top, bring down the right, bring the top back, and turn the front once more. And now we have this line. When you have the line, you want to hold it so that the line is horizontal and perform the same moves again. Turn the front, lift up the right, spin the top, bring down the right, bring the top back, and turn the front. And as you can see, we have solved the yellow cross. The next step is solving the yellow edges and orienting the yellow corners. So in order to solve the yellow edges, we want to turn this layer, which is actually the third layer, relative if we still use the white center as our reference. This is the third layer, but now that the yellow face is facing up, we're just going to call this the first layer now, the new first layer. So we want to turn this top layer until at least two of these edge pieces are connected to their centers and that they are next to each other. So right now, none of the edge pieces are connected to their centers, so we're just going to turn the cube until two of these edges that are next to each other are connected. I'm going to turn the cube once. This blue is connected, but none of the others are connected. So we're going to turn the cube again. You see this red is connected, and now this green is connected, so we have two edges that are connected and they're next to each other. So now that we have two edges that are connected and are next to each other, we want to look at the other two that are not connected, in this case blue and orange, and you want to hold the cube so that one of the unconnected edges is facing towards you and the other one is facing towards the right, and you want to do these moves. You want to lift up the right, spin the top twice, bring the right down, bring the top back, bring up the right, spin the top and bring it down, and then just turn the top again. And as you can see, our red and green edges are still connected, but now we have also connected the orange and blue edges as well. So now that we have connected all of the edges, we want to get into the next part of this, which is orienting the yellow corners. We're not going to solve the yellow corners in this step, we just want to get them in the right place. And what I mean by that is basically getting the corners, all the corners have a yellow sticker on it, and moving them where they need to be. So we want to find a corner piece that has yellow on it, and you want to look at the other two colors and move that piece in between the centers of those other two colors. So in this case, you just want to basically, you don't want to turn the cube at all. You just want to see after you have connected all the edges, you just want to see if you have any. So this one is orange and blue, and it is not where it's supposed to be. It's in between the blue, but it's also in between the red center, so that's not where it's supposed to be. This is orange and green. It's in between the orange center, but not in between the green center. This is blue and red. This is also not where it's supposed to be. But this one is where it's supposed to be because it is red and green, and it is between the red and green centers. So now that we have found a corner piece that is where it's supposed to be, you want to hold the cube so that this corner piece, if you look at the yellow face, it is in the bottom right. So in this case, it is in the bottom right here. And you want to do these moves. You want to lift up the left side, spin the top this way, lift up the right side, bring the top back, bring down the left side, and bring the top back, and bring down the right side, and spin the top layer once more. And now we can see our red, green, and yellow piece is still where it's supposed to be, and we've also moved all the other pieces, all the other corner pieces where they were also supposed to be. This red, yellow, and blue piece is where it's supposed to be. So is this yellow, orange, and blue piece, and this yellow, green, and orange piece. And in fact, these are actually already solved. So you might have two of these corners that are already solved, or you might have one of them, or you might have none of them. That's okay, because in the next step, we're going to solve the cube in the last step. The last step in solving the Rubik's Cube is turning these corner pieces so that they're in the right position. In order to do that, we want to see, you either have none of the corners solved, or you might have one of them solved, or you could actually have the whole cube solved at this point, but that's pretty rare. Or you could have this condition like me, where two of the corners are not solved yet. So no matter the case, you want to put any unsolved corners on the right side, and you want to perform these moves. It's the longest set of moves yet, but just follow what my hands do, and you'll be fine. You want to lift up the right, spin the top twice, bring the right down, spin the top, bring up the right, spin the top again, and bring the right down. You want to perform that same set of moves on the left side. So you want to bring the left up, spin the top twice, bring the left down, spin the top, bring the left up, move the top layer again, and bring the left down. So even though the cube is not solved yet, we want to perform the same moves again. So again, holding any unsolved corners on the right side, you just want to perform that same set of moves again. Lift up the right, spin the top twice, bring down the right, move the top back, bring up the right, move the top again, and bring the right down. I'm going to do that again on the left side. Bring the left up, spin the top twice, bring the left down, spin the top again, bring the left up, spin the top once more, and bring this left side back, and we have just solved the Rubik's Cube.